Hello, welcome back. Jeez. Hello, welcome back to another episode of our amazing series. We're back with some more F1. It's, well, our F1 2021 season, and we're on to round 7 out of 10. So, the 7th race, and that is the Netherlands race. This is into our qualifying lap. Here we go. I've done this racetrack before. I'm not exactly good at it, but anyway, I've upped the difficulty up because basically our car is meant to be just maybe above good Alfa Romeo, so we are meant to be battling Alfa Romeo and a bunch of other stuff and AlphaTauri. So yeah, we'll see if this is how it's supposed to be, and I have span. We're gonna do a cheeky restart, just because, because I'm a very needy kid. What? No, I'm a very, yeah, so just gonna go for a cheeky restart. I haven't done practice, because I just wanted to get into it, because, guys, I'm so excited. Yeah, so, again, we are not faster than all the Red Bulls and Hamiltons, so they will proceed to take us over, and we span again. Alright, last one, I promise, guys, come on. That's funny. It's funny. It is funny to see my pain. My pain. Don't worry, we won't be restarting in the race. If we crash, we crash. That's just how it goes. But, anyway, we're carrying on now. Up we go, the ramp, and down we go through the thing. We're going for a little outside bit there. Verstappen's in the lead, no, Perez is in the lead. Look, we're in 14th, 15th. This is where we should be. You can see how the Red Bulls are way faster than us, as they're all the way up there. Yeah, we're dropping down to last. But, yeah, I think we'll get back. Because we do lose time on those type of straights, but we gain time on these type of corners coming up. Anyway, this is where we should be about. This is where our teammate is about, but hopefully, okay, so next season, when it is, we're only on round 7 and there's 10, so we've still got a bunch of races. Well, not a bunch, but if our teammate can't just, get better, then we're gonna have to change teammates, and we won't redo his signings, and we might have to try and get a new teammate. Anyway, we are done our qualifying lap. We are 16th. Now, you might think that's terrible, but honestly, it's not that bad for our car. It's actually one of the worst cars. So, this is where we should be until our car improves.
But before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Verstappen, Perez, and Valtteri Bottas. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow's Dutch Grand Prix. It's a race that Clark won on 4 occasions, leading for an astonishing total of 370 laps. A lap of this short 2.6 mile Zandvoort circuit features 14 corners, 10 to the right and 4 to the left. The main straight is 678 meters long and heads into turn 1, the Tarzan corner. With DRS down the main straight into the braking zone, that could be the best overtaking opportunity on the track.
You hear him.
Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today. Let's discuss Red Bull. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Sergio Perez will lead us away from pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Sainz, Charles Leclerc and Norris, Ricciardo, Gasly, Fernando Alonso and Yuki Tsunoda, Verstappen, Vettel, Esteban Ocon,
Verstappen in 11th.
Giovinazzi, Thomas, Kimi Raikkonen and Mick Schumacher, Russell, Alesi, Latifi and Nikita Mazepin.
You saw that, what's his name? Giovinazzi is just above us, and he's our rival. So, we are fighting who we should be. But, I'm not going to doubt that at the first corner we're going to go for a little cheeky dive bomb, which, as you know, is our way of being amazing. Anyway, terrible start from us. Schumacher and Raikkonen take us over, but we're going to go down, massive dive bomb, and we are now to the side of Ocon, and what is that, Giovinazzi. We just got ahead of Giovinazzi there. He was going around the outside of us. We're trying to take over Vettel. Here we go. We're going around the outside of Vettel. We get around the outside of Vettel. And we are now in, I think, 11th. We are just outside the points. Oh, I do for a little bit of a wide turn. Vettel comes in. And he hits me, trying to go through the inside. We're both fine. There looks like no damage done. Maybe to Vettel. But, oh, I just go off. I have a bit of a skid, as you can hear. See here, I bumped the thing, but I'm still back on. And no damage done to me. Vettel might have a bit of damage there. I did not see him very much, and he just came to try to come through my inside. So that's what happens. And at the very start, I had a very bad start. Raikkonen and Schumacher going round the inside, but then I go for a massive dive bomb, go to the inside of Ocon. Yeah, and then Giovinazzi goes around the outside of Ocon. So we both went for dive bombs, but around the inside and outside. And then me and Giovinazzi were neck and neck, and I just got ahead of him. And I got ahead of him and took over Vettel, as you saw. So we're already into this Grand Prix. Amazing race so far. This is really epic. And as you can see, Verstappen and Tsunoda are battling as Verstappen's trying to beat Tsunoda. And they were all going all the way, squeezing each other to the inside. Verstappen takes over Tsunoda, does he? They're still neck and neck. It's hard to tell. Anyway, 2 more laps go. Tsunoda gets taken over by Verstappen, and, well, it's just because it's happened so much that we are carrying on. We skipped a few laps because you don't want to just see me going around and nothing happens. But these laps have been amazing, and it's been very interesting. I just glitched a bit there. And anyway, Verstappen is still ahead of Tsunoda. Stroll is still behind us, so it didn't look like any wing damage. And we're just making a gap on Stroll, but let's see if we can catch up with Tsunoda. Anyway, this is lap 4. We can't catch up to Tsunoda. We've got this same gap. We've not been able to catch up on anyone. And, yeah, yellow flag gets pulled out. We're in the green zone, so we don't know what happened. But the yellow flag gets pulled out. There's no safety car. So that means that someone must have skidded or something. And no, it's our teammate. He goes around the corner, press down on the accelerate too quickly, and he skids. There was 2 cars behind him. He wasn't even far in the race, and he just has to skid. We're gonna have to sign a new teammate for our team as we are losing points. He's not gotten the points, I don't think, this season yet. It's been very bad for him. He just can't do it, so yeah. He can't do it, so Stroll is still behind us, and Tsunoda is still same gap, 2.3 seconds. Tsunoda 1.3. 2.4 seconds, indeed. Jeff just said. And yeah, so this is lap 8. That's so many more laps going on. It was the same thing. We haven't really been able to catch up. We've caught up a little bit, but not really. And Stroll is catching up a little bit behind us too. So we've left Giovinazzi in the dust, and Stroll has catched up. We're going to box this lap as we skipped ahead on a lot of laps. Nothing really happened, so we're going to skip ahead of that. We're probably going to skip ahead to the, unless something happens, to the end of lap 9, as it happens, and it might happen around now. Yep, here we go. We are now at the end of lap 9, and Stroll has actually caught up into DRS. So he's actually caught up quite a bit, but we're going in the pits. Stroll's also going in the pits, and Verstappen, Gasly, and whoever was in front of them, I actually don't know, Alonso. So we've also been chasing Alonso, who's been keeping them behind. Yeah, so we're all in the pits. But the thing is, Alonso has well, they've been squabbling this whole time, and yeah, they've been squabbling this whole time, and guess what? They don't even know that. It's just, whoa, I go for a bit of an outside thing there, and I'm really trying to overtake them. This is my chance. Oh, yeah, not like I was saying, they've been squabbling this whole game that I think whoever's in front of them have made the biggest gap ever. So I think that's like, I can't tell now because we're in 17th, 16th because people haven't pitted yet, and we have. Anyway, we came out in front of our teammate. Latifi just got ahead of us. We're trying to go around the outside of Verstappen. Can we pull it off? No, we can't. Verstappen's still going. I'm still trying to take over Verstappen, but he does have the better car. But he is getting held up by Gasly. And Latifi now, or Williams, which is why Alonso, you can see, is getting away. I'm going around the inside of Verstappen. There's a bit of a dirty move there. As I get it off, that was a bit of a crazy move, and I get ahead of Verstappen there. I'm just on the replay having a look. Here we go. We're going around the corner. Can we get ahead of Tsunoda? We're going to try and get... No, Gasly, sorry. We're going to try and get ahead of Gasly. We're going to try and get ahead of... We can get ahead of Gasly. We're trying to get ahead of Gasly. We're neck and neck going to the first corner. But I brake a little bit later. I get a bit ahead. And can we get ahead of Tsunoda? No. Tsunoda went in the pits. Tsunoda went in the pits, and we couldn't get ahead of Tsunoda. So what happened there was Gasly pitted, Tsunoda didn't, so Tsunoda went ahead, and he's come out just in front of us, and in front of Verstappen. So their little battle, yeah, has been a bit worthless, because Verstappen got the hard end of the pits. Anyway, Gasly behind us, trying to get past. Verstappen took over Gasly, it looks like, and they're going to try and take over me. As I'm going to try and take over Tsunoda. Let's see if we can catch up with Tsunoda. Last time we couldn't. So let's see on these softs if we can catch him up. It's on at the end of lap 11. We're going to try and get past Tsunoda. Can we get past Tsunoda? We are in his DRS and his slipstream. We are setting past 11. No, we're going to go around the inside. That was a bit of a late break, but he's got on the inside of us now. We're going to go inside. Now he's on the inside. This is really strange. But I get the better exit, and I'm in ahead of him. If you're wondering why I'm on the soft tyres, it's because we were on an alternate strategy, which means most of the AI were on softs to medium, we were on medium to soft. So we started on the worst tyre, maybe that's why we couldn't catch up. But now we're on the better tyre, and we're just racing through them, because this tyre wears more quickly, but is way more faster. And that's why, yeah, so Tsunoda's still right behind us, as you can see. It's really hard to keep them behind. And Alonso's ahead of us. Let's see if we can catch up with Alonso. This is lap 14. If you just saw, we did a bit of a skip ahead. It was lap 12. So 2 laps later, we're at 14. We're still behind Alonso and Tsunoda and Gasly. Gasly retook over Verstappen, if you didn't know. So Gasly and Tsunoda are both there. We're behind Alonso. We're going to go for it. Going around the inside. No, the outside. We quickly switch to the outside. And I just get around the neck of him around the outside. I try to go around the inside, but he covered it. So I switch to the outside before he get back. And I get ahead of him. A really clean takeover there. And that's what you like to see. Oh, here you go. It's Lando Norris. He is the one that has built gap between all these guys. Because we've been fighting the whole time. As you can tell, 12 point... That many seconds is a lot of seconds, and that is a big difference. Unless one skids, we're not catching up, so... I doubt we'll catch up with the McLarens. They're doing really well. McLarens took us over in the Constructors Championship. We shouldn't even be up that high this season. But, hopefully, when we sign a new teammate, we're going to try and go for Lando Norris. He is, Britain, the same as our racing driver, so we're going to try and catch him. So I'm British too, and we're going to try and get him in our team, but if we can't, we're going to go for other people, lower people obviously. But we are now on lap 15. Anyway, so many laps have happened, and we're on the last lap now, just checking. We have more wear on our tyres. We're on the final lap. Turns out we weren't able to catch up with Norris, and Alonso took over Tsunoda. No, wait, no. Alonso is always behind us. You know what I'm saying. We weren't able to catch up with Norris, which I doubt we were, as he had such a big gap. He had 12 seconds, now he has 13 seconds, so he's way ahead. The faster car is. And Alonso wasn't able to catch up with us. So, yeah, a bit of lag there. It was a bit of... I went off the track a bit there, but, it's been a brilliant race. We've been overtaking people. So, for a lot of the laps, you didn't see, obviously, because I skipped a lot. that we were behind Tsunoda, Verstappen, and Alonso, and you just couldn't get ahead. And then Gasly joined the mix, and then Latifi for a little bit. Then he went in the pits. It was crazy. Anyway, there you go. Sergio Perez won, and Max Verstappen didn't even get in the points. So Sergio Perez is performing better than Max Verstappen right in this race. And Max Verstappen, this is his home Grand Prix. So unlucky for him. Anyway, we're delighted with that finish as I'm shaking around, and we get through.
That's the end of the race.
And we're in the points for the Dutch Grand Prix. Driver of the day as well. Amazing.
Red Bull pulling out. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions, and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today, and the results speak for themselves.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
Yeah, well done to Sergio for bringing it for the team after Max Verstappen was like stuck behind Tsunoda and Alonso as they are worse cars. He was slowing him down. You saw Verstappen trying to get ahead, but he just couldn't, even on his home Grand Prix. So he didn't do well for Red Bull, but well done for Sergio for pulling it in. Both Mercedes made the podium.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Sergio Perez takes the position of points leader in the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Thomas.
My teammate.
There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
It's time to check out the Constructors Standings. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today, as they make their way up the standings. I'm equal parts exhausted.
Yeah, McLaren took us over. Sergio took over Max Verstappen. Yeah, well done to them. Anyway, our rivalry against Antonio Giovinazzi, we are winning by 10. Our acclaim went up. Alessi's acclaim went down. Just shows that he's not performing. We got both our sponsors bonuses, and we have got 3 sponsors, but only 2 of them are bonuses. And yeah, we did both of them there, so that's money for the boys. And yeah, we're back to headquarters. Thank you for watching, guys. This was an amazing round. Hope to see you for round 8, then round 9, then round 10. We're very close, and it's going to be interesting because even our little sponsors have the contractors gone, so we're going to need to renew that. And see you next time on F1 2021.